Nearly half of this week's press releases are about streaming in one form or another. Now, what I found really interesting is that the word streaming relates to different technologies in different press releases. Now, I'm going to give you a little tour of some of the different technologies, and then you later can play the game of pin the technology on the press release in the comfort of your own home over a cup of hot chocolate with all the family. Yay, what fun! So, when you're streaming video to the general public or the consumers, you often see words like HLS, DASH or CMAF mentioned. Now, HLS stands for the HTTP live streaming, DASH is the dynamic adaptive streaming over HTTP, and CMAF is the Common Media Applications Framework. Now, these are all adaptive streaming technologies, and basically they chop the stream up into little bits, code it at different bit rates, and then shove it down the pipe so they get through your domestic router from the server. And really, it's there to hide lots of stuff from the consumer. The consumer doesn't care about transport streams or MPEG-4 or latency or bit rates. They don't even care that the adverts are coming from a completely different side of the planet to the main content. So really, this is all about getting it to the consumer with low effort. Next up comes the kind of general purpose video over IP. It might also be using the consumer-oriented protocols, but there might be extra protocols because you're on a LAN or you're trying to do some sort of production. Now, these extra protocols might be things like RTSP, Real-Time Streaming Protocol, or RTMP, Real-Time Messaging Protocol, or there might be things like multicast going on so that you get the signal from one source to multiple destinations without much duplication. Next, you have a bunch of, well, sort of point-to-point or mesh networking tools that allow you to stream in special ways. You might want to be low latency or better quality, or you might want to go from, I don't know, one resolution to many resolutions with a single encode. Now you see more sorts of different protocols like HDBaseT, which is basically HDMI, USB and Ethernet over IP. Or you might see IGMP, the Internet Group Management Protocol, or maybe SDN, software-defined networking. So you then might want to go to the next layer up again and have super high bit rates. You might have things like NMOS, the Network Media Open Specification, or ST2022, which is uncompressed frame-based stuff, or ST2110, which is component-based stuff over the network, with ST2059, which is the PTP Precision Time Protocol, which is really hard to say. But the net effect is that we've got all of these different standards, all of these different protocols, all saying that they're streaming over IP. So it's important for you to make certain that when you're trying to mix and match these products, that they're talking about streaming in exactly the same way. Now, if you want us to deep dive into any one of these particular technologies, get in touch with KitPlus, and maybe we'll do a deep dive one of these weeks to explain exactly the fine details to you.